Come and join us at Universal Orlando as we show you all the rides at Universal Studios Florida. Now there are 2 parks, so this is part 1, and then part 2 will be all the rides at Islands of Adventure. I'll also put in the height requirements, and I'll put in a small clip for each ride.
Today we're at Universal Studios Florida.
And we're gonna show all the attractions.
That's right, we're gonna go every ride we can.
Pumpkin's gonna go on Rip Ride Rocket for the first time today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, when you first walk in to the left is the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. That's a 40-inch height requirement. It is basically a screen ride, and it's usually one of the busiest rides at the park. This one in Gringotts, because this one's the very first ride you're gonna see people go to. Like I said, it is a huge screen. You sit in these seats and they move around. You go through chaos in the Minion Factory. If you do get nauseous easily, they do have stationary seats in the front. In my last All the Rides video, this used to be Shrek 4D on the right. Now it is changing into a Villain Con ride, Minions themed. All we really know about it is that it's opening this year, 2023, and the summer, and it's going to be a shooting style ride on a moving platform. So as soon as we have more updates and they finish up the ride, we will definitely do more videos. There's also a Minion Cafe coming, so a lot of new stuff they are working on this year. Next up is Rip Ride Rocket. Now it looks like you go upside down in this loop, but you actually invert and kind of just go up top of it. It's really neat ride. It is a little rough though. It is a 51-inch height requirement. You go up 90 degrees and you go up to speeds of 65 miles per hour. The neatest thing about the ride is that you get to select a song to jam to during the whole ride. They have a ton of different song selections. How was your first time on Rip Ride Rocket?
Great.
Great. Was it fun? Scary? What? Both?
I don't like this.
You don't like the steep part? Yeah, that's the only part that isn't. It's still rough from what I remember. I still like Velocicoaster better. You like Velocicoaster better?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's much smoother.
It's not scary.
No, not scary. You did good. High five.
Velocicoaster is not scary either.
Next up after Rip Ride Rocket is Jimmy Fallon. If you go this way, it is another ride simulator. There's a lot of screen rides at Universal Studios. This is a 40-inch height requirement. So they won't let you bring a camera on here. I just use my sunglasses. It's normally a 3D ride, and you race with Jimmy just all over New York, space, water. It's a fun ride. I mean, the kids love it. It's definitely something different. You don't necessarily have to like or know Jimmy Fallon to enjoy it. So the Mummy is next. That is an indoor roller coaster, super intense, at least at the takeoff. You kind of start out with a storyline of the Mummy, and then it just takes off on you. It's a 48-inch height requirement.
Silence with your souls, or a few.
So when you go from the Mummy, you can turn down this way, like towards Blues Brothers, and the Transformers ride is this way. It is a 40-inch height requirement. There's a lot of 40 inches here. So if you take your little ones, you might want to make sure they're at least 40 inches so they can do a good chunk of the rides. It's a 3D simulator. It's still a screen ride though. But this one's super fun. If you've been on Spider-Man, it's very similar to that.
Your planet belongs to me. Take cover! The All-Spark. Your bravery saved the planet. Well done, freedom fighters.
Fast Fast and the Furious is the next ride on the way to Diagon Alley. It is a 40-inch height requirement. Basically, you're on a party bus, and it's kind of like with obviously the same movie characters. And then, of course, havoc happens, and you're rushing down the highway. All kinds of stuff happens. Stuff blows up. Really cheesy. It's probably our least favorite ride here. But if you like the series, then of course you got to go on it.
This is our turn. Okay, guys, it's showtime. We call it a day. Get company.
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think I'm getting away. Don't worry, I got you.
In Diagon Alley is Escape from Gringotts. Diagon Alley only has one ride. Hogsmeade and Harry Potter area, Islands of Adventure has 3. This is mainly a lot of shopping, and you gotta cut through here. A lot of people may miss this entrance. So this place is always busy. Gringotts is gonna be the busiest ride in the park usually, but it's so worth it. So like I said, Universal has 1 Harry Potter ride, and then Islands of Adventure has 3. So it depends really what you want to see, but Diagon Alley has so much to explore. Definitely check out our Harry Potter playlist if you want to make sure that you see everything, the must-dos, must-buys. They have the best ice cream there in the whole park. But the one ride is Escape from Gringotts, and it is a 3D roller coaster. There really is nothing else like it that I have been on. So yes, there are some screens, but it's mixed in with a coaster, and we love it. It's a 42-inch height requirement, and you do have to put most of your belongings in a locker first, and it is free for a small locker. The Simpsons Ride. Minion Mayhem is a 42-inch height requirement. Simpsons is 40. Make sure to stay hydrated. You can get free water. There's a bunch of Coca-Cola freestyles everywhere. I hope that they turn something into this. There was a rumor about a kind of like flying on brooms with Harry Potter. I don't know if that'll happen one day, but this is just not being utilized. Now, Men in Black is a 42-inch height requirement. It's basically a bunch of alien animatronics. You have to shoot, get the highest score, try to get all the aliens on here. And usually it's a pretty low weight during the day.
You're all up the welcome mat and show these misfits what we're made of.
Next up is the Simpsons Ride. It's another screen ride.
It's a simulator ride, yeah.
A simulator ride where it takes you through all the craziness of Springfield and the characters from The Simpsons. Pretty funny. 40-inch height requirement. And they do have a bunch of carnival games over here too. Usually it's not blocked up like this, but we have a whole video of this whole area. It's a lot of fun. A lot of little hidden things and a lot of things to try, a lot of food, characters, games, and 2 rides.
Think you can do? You're about to die!
You sound like my doctor! Not only are you not killing us, I'm having fun!
Magical journey through my mouth!
Destroy something!
Okay, the Squirrel and Hur is a spinny ride at The Simpsons. Basically like Dumbo, but the narration is pretty funny. It's like they want to kill all the humans. No height requirement. You just have to have a height to ride alone.
Well, let's go on it.
I've eaten better toilets than you! Let them feel that vital burn! Come on, they're humans, not vital people!
I hit Dingus.
Dingus!
I'm gonna
Your performance today suits me!
Did I hit Bart? Good job, you got him. So this area used to be a kid zone. It had a playground, a water area, and a Woody Woodpecker roller coaster, as well as a DreamWorks Destination. It had a bunch of character meets. Now the characters are spread out all over the park. It is closed. There are walls all over, but E.T. still remains back here. So now since Kid Zone is closed, you have all these walls all along here with all the DreamWorks characters. So speculation is that it's going to be a DreamWorks land. It could be Kung Fu Panda, it could be Trolls. We don't know anything just yet, but I really do hope that it's a mix. As soon as we hear news, if there's any updates, we'll definitely update on Instagram and YouTube. E.T. is a classic. You have to go on it. It's been around since 1990 when Universal Studios Florida first opened. And it is a 34-inch height requirement. You ride on the bicycles just like in the movies.
E.T. Go to decree.
Welcome home.
Goodbye, Vanessa, Rick, Jack, Candy.
I got us all. I got us. Yeah. So besides the rides, there are two shows. One is Horror and Makeup, which is pretty self-explanatory. It talks about the makeup in the horror genre. And then they have the Jason Bourne Stuntacular. The video does not do it justice at all, but they use the same kind of video technology as The Mandalorian. It is incredible. It really blends in with the real props that they have, and it looks very realistic. The choreography, the fighting, it looks like you're in a real live movie. So highly recommend you see the Stuntacular. And then also you can take the train from Hogwarts Express over to Islands of Adventure. You do need a park-to-park hopper ticket. You can't just go with one park ticket. But that is a whole nother experience itself to be able to ride Hogwarts, see Hedwig, and going both ways on the train. It is a different experience as well. Each cabin inside the train can fit about 8 people, so you may sit with another party, but each side of the train does have screens, and you go through different scenes when you're going to Islands or to Universal, depending which way you go. It's a different series of scenes, characters. You got some Dementors, chocolate frogs. You definitely have to try to do it both ways. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. We go to Universal all the time at Islands of Adventure, so stay tuned for part 2 of all the rides at Islands of Adventure. I also have it all the foods at Islands of Adventure, and I've almost completed all the food at Universal Studios. A big thank you to Maddie and Lachey for helping support our channel. People like you help us to keep going and doing what we love. And we ran into a friend Mike who wanted to be put into our video. All right, this is our friend Mike from Instagram. We've known him for quite a while. We got to see him today.
Hi everyone.
Say thank you for joining us and watching our videos. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yay!
Can subscribe for more videos. Go and subscribe.
Click this video if you want to see all the rides at Islands of Adventure. It is our favorite park. So much fun. They have more Harry Potter rides, Marvel, Jurassic Park, so many more awesome things to do.